And we're live with episode 2 of the B&B show. I'm Bo Ekman, and this is...
Ben Kamali, welcome to the show.
We're going to be doing a breakdown on Super 32. So first weight class is high school 106.
So first up, we got Caleb Showtime Noble from Illinois. He got a 9-1 decision over Sean Kenny of Bayville, New Jersey. And Noble is pretty well known throughout the country. He's from Gurnee, Illinois, and he has a couple stats just in this past year. He's a 2024 Illinois Freestyle Greco State champ. He's a 2024 USA Wrestling 16U champ. He is a Illinois High School Boys State champ this past year, 2024 USA Wrestling Northern Plains champ, and a 2024 Bulldog Developmental Freestyle Greco champ. And these are all in the past year with many other tournaments that he's gone to.
Yeah, so this guy is an absolute dog. He's been placing recently, getting his recognition up there, getting the number 4 seed in the tournament. And Sean Kenny went against from Bayville, New Jersey, with the 11th seed. In New Jersey, they had a lot of guys in the finals tonight.
Yeah. As we'll see as we go on, we'll have a clip for every single finals match. So we'll take a look at the 106th match. So you got Noble in the red, Kenny in the green ankle band.
Went for the super dunk.
Nice re-attack by Noble.
Re-attacked by Noble. Got the hard wizard. They're fighting in there.
We're in a little scramble position here.
He gets the boot in.
I think he's going to get the 3 from that. Because that boot secures control, right?
And he's grabbing the other arm. That's interesting right there.
You see Kenny trying to get his hips out of there, but he's sat in that position too long, and Noble's able to get that 3.
Wow. That's a tough fought victory for that 3 right there.
That is, and that's a good reshot by Noble, and it shows why he's at the top.
For sure.
You know, he's on his attacks at all times, even offense and defense. So that was a good match to start off the finals. Next up, we have high school 113.
Which is Fred Bachman from Pennsylvania. He's from Philadelphia. He got gold at the 2024 17 and under Pan American Games in the Dominican Republic, and he was the number 2 seed in the tournament. He's going against Jonathan McGinty from New Jersey as well, Ridgewood. He's the 2024 New Jersey State runner-up, and he got the 4th seed of the tournament.
Yeah, so this is a great matchup here. We'll take a look at their final.
Battle of the East Coast as well, Pennsylvania versus New Jersey. These 2 states have been in the finals a lot, which we'll get into, but you see a lot of good wrestling from that side of the country.
Oh, yeah, and if you watched our last video about GFC, we appreciate it. We thank you, but we had a lot of Florida, New Jersey, all these guys, PA, a lot of these matchups going around,
yeah.
And, people traveling for it, and that's what you love to see. That's how the competition grows, right?
Yeah, and we love to see our sport grow like this,
Yeah.
A lot of people are having big names in high school now.
Yeah, so we'll take a look and see how Bachman was able to get McGinty in the 113 final. Nice shot on the edge by Bachman.
Keeps going and going.
And remember, it's college out of bounds rules, so...
Yeah, he's got that one toe in.
And he gets that right at the end of the period, and and it's getting that takedown and having that energy coming back to the center. He's ready to start that next period.
Looks like they threw a challenge or something on the mat, but that was a tough victory for the 3 there.
Yeah, I think McGinty's corner ends up challenging, but they lose the challenge, which makes Bachman end up winning that 3rd period as well.
A lot of fighting in the wizard.
Yeah, and a lot of good re-attacks you see in the first 2 matchups, and I think that's going to go along the whole finals.
Yeah, just some tough wrestling. Super 32 is one of the toughest tournaments of the year, if you don't know.
Yeah.
It's got some good dudes that are wrestling there, some of the best competition in the whole country.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, when I was in high school, that was one of the top 3 preseason tournaments you were looking for. It was Fargo, Super 32, and then later on you had the Grappler that came into play. But Yeah, Super 32. If you All American there, let alone make the finals, you know,
You're
you're
somebody. You're
you're
probably
doing
committing
great.
to a good D1 school.
Yeah, and we'll actually see that a lot in this next matchup, high school 120. You got Christian Castillo. It's actually an Iowa State commit,
Right.
and he's from Arizona. He ends up getting a 6-5 decision over Antonio Mills. Um, so this was a great matchup. Mills is from Douglasville, Georgia, and we actually saw him at the Grappler a couple weeks ago, where he took 5th place.
Mm.
So this was
And
a
Grappler is a tough tournament as well,
oh yeah, you
for
know,
sure.
and this is a 3 seed. Castillo beating the 9 seed, and we'll take a little look here. You've got Mills in the red, Castillo in the green.
Ooh, yep. That was a good finish right there. Well, you didn't get it yet. Oh, yeah, you
Oh
got it. Yeah, just fighting through the positions there. We're seeing that a lot.
yeah, being able to scramble, being willing to scramble. It's a lot about hips here. And we'll take a look at that again, actually. So you go up, Mills in on a shot. Castillo's able to kind of push him back.
Oh, just the knee slide pull, and then he turned his knees so they could get collapsed.
You can see Castillo trying to find that leg to pass on the edge, but they get out of bounds. So, but that's all it needed for Mills, and then you got Castillo's corner that challenges.
A lot of close calls, a lot of challenges going on.
Yeah, and
It just shows some of these matches you got the best going against the best.
yeah, it's tough, and you know you got to be having a coach's corner that's willing to throw that challenge out there too. You know, you got to be willing to trust that corner to be able to call
For
it.
sure.
So next up, we got high school 126.
Which is Anthony Knox from New Jersey. He won it 3-2 versus Aaron Seidel from Pennsylvania. So we got another New Jersey, Pennsylvania matchup, East Coast Wrestling. Knox is from Freehold, and he was a state champ last year. He also won Beast of the East, and he was a number 1 seed at the tournament. A very, very good wrestler. He's been wrestling for a while and placing that tournaments for a while. Very,
Yeah,
getting that championship status in multiple national tournaments. It's a big accomplishment.
yeah, and it's honestly it's great to see a 1 seed and a 2 seed in the finals. You know
For
that means
sure.
they both grinded out a pretty good tournament to get themselves there, and they lived up to their potential that they were um, viewed on pretty much. You know that people hyped them up to be. They backed up that hype, and
And Aaron Seidel, he is a commit. Where was he committed to?
Iowa State commit.
Yep. Losing 3-2. So
Or no,
he's
sorry, Virginia Tech
a
commit.
Virginia Tech commit, and he had a lot of significant wins at the junior national duels last year.
Yeah, and that's a thing you'll see for a lot of these high school guys. Them junior duels are where they're getting a lot of their experience. They're getting a lot of their off-season matches. And if you're wrestling at those junior duels, you're pretty committed to the sport,
For
right?
sure.
You want to get better. So we'll take a little quick look at their matchup here. So you've got Cito in the green ankle band,
Seidel up by 1 at this point.
able to get it.
Knox getting the double leg takedown.
Yeah,
Claw ride to the. Is he going to push him out?
so he falls him out, and if you just take a look here off this shot, that's a good shot right there.
Single leg,
Right.
transitioning off to the double, bringing the other leg up.
You've seen that right hand was low on the calf, securing it down there,
And
locking
then
it
his
out.
head was reaching around the corner.
And then
trying to-
here,
trying
that's
to
an
fight that upper body.
then that's an area where people might give that up, that escape. But no, he made sure that he was right on it and he followed through. And then he ends up riding him out in the third period, I'm pretty sure, and ends up winning this match. Right? And that's gritty wrestling. Like this college out of bounds rules is for a reason. And you see these guys in the finals, they're gonna use it. You know, they're gonna use it as an advantage. Because if they don't, they know it's gonna be used against them.
Yeah. The ones that are going to win are going to be the ones that are using the gritty style wrestling, not giving up those extra points.
Yeah.
Finishing your shots when you're in on them.
So up next, we got high school 132. I'll let you take it because it's your boy over here.
All right, we got Jax Forrest from Pennsylvania. He won 9-3 against Seth Mendoza from Illinois. So Forrest is from Johnstown, Pennsylvania. He was a 2024 U.S. Olympic Team Trials fourth place, 2024 Last Chance qualifier champ, and he was the number 1 seed in the tournament. Mendoza, a number 2 seed. So this is number 1 and number 2 match again.
Right, and this is these guys living up to their potential. Forrest has eyes on him at all times, and it's good to see that he's able to handle that pressure and live up to the moment, right?
And then Mendoza, he's from McKenna, and he was a state champ last year in
Yeah,
Illinois. And
yeah.
he also got third place at the Ironman.
And man, Ironman is tough, right?
Tough.
That is one of the toughest in-season tournaments that you can go to. I never had the opportunity to go because of our Michigan travel restrictions at the time. But if you're placing in that tournament, let alone being in the top 5, you're doing great, and that's a tough individual there. And this is a good matchup, right? Not coming in with Jax Forrest, like no one's counting Mendoza out. There's people that are going for both sides. It's wrestling; anything can happen,
For sure. Let's take a look at the clip here. Forrest with 3 points, Mendoza with 1.
Forrest is able to get off like a throw by single there.
Just tough top, wrist control.
He's on that ankle, climbing
Shelfing
up,
legs. Yeah, he's got good technique here.
and he's on the edge, short time in the period.
Right when he was standing up, he picked that ankle up and he shelved it. That's perfect.
Well, if he knows
Stand-up defense.
if he leaves it, then that guy's coming right up,
Right.
And to be one of the best in the country and even in the world, possibly, then you got to do things like that, right?
That extra movement and effort.
And that comes from consistent training and practice of wanting to be great.
For sure.
So this kind of starts a good series of matchups here at 138. You have Sergio Vega from Arizona, and he got the 18-5 decision over Dalton Perry from Illinois. So Arizona-Illinois matchup. And Vega is a 2-time Arizona state champ. He won it in 2023 and this past year in 2024. He is the number 1 seed, and he is a Cornell commit. So he's already got his college locked down, and he's still showing out. And then we got Dalton Perry here.
Another guy from McKenna, Illinois. He is a last year state champ as well as a Chicago Catholic League champion. He is the 7th seed, which he made it pretty far in the bracket, all the way to the finals on a 7th seed. That's pretty good. Achieving more than what the rankers gave him credit for.
Yeah, and getting a couple upsets along the way. That's what you love to see. We'll take this look here. So you got Vega in the red singlet. He's up 6-2 at this point, but he's still attacking. He's still on that double leg. Easy takedown.
Cutting him right away.
Easy. 9-2 now. And look, he's shooting them out already.
Right in. Forward.
Looking to score, and that's what makes it so interesting. And look how he comes back to the center, right? He's ready to wrestle again. And Perry, he's kind of walking a little bit. You don't know if he's going to be able to shoot off the whistle.
It looks like Vega has insane cardio.
Going for a nice little dump, ends up going through the middle.
Bringing him down to his hip, still keeping that elevated ankle.
Looking to put him in some danger here.
He got his hips to the other side of the guy's body. Going for like a cross body ride.
You see Perry trying to get his head up, right? That's a great scrambling position for him.
They're scrambling. They're both scrambling really good. Elevating ankles.
I believe Vega ends up getting this. Yeah,
it's okay. He got his ankle out, kind of limp-legged it out.
So that's pretty wild there.
It was a good scramble.
I mean, that's all together. You get Vega that gets a takedown within the first couple seconds, and then you got about a 40-second scramble there. And Vega had to be consistent. He had to keep working for it. It wasn't going to be easy.
That's what makes the point difference so much, is Vega was pushing it.
And that's what, it makes you look at matches differently because Perry gives up that first takedown or that second takedown easily, right? And then he grinds for that third one that he ends up giving up. He doesn't give it up easy,
No.
you know. So it doesn't matter at any point in the match. You can keep coming back, but it's just a matter of are you able to keep going? Are you conditioned, right? Are you trained to work hard in difficult positions late in the match? Can you keep up?
In 7 minutes or more.
Right, especially at these tournaments.
Yeah, each position, are you able to keep grinding through and scrambling through positions?
And a lot of these matches end up going to overtime, so it's more than 7 minutes.
Yep. All right, we got 144. This is the best matchup of the night for sure. We got Bo Bassett from Pennsylvania. He beat Daniel Zepeda 7-1.
Uh-oh. Match number 3 from the series.
Number 3.
So you had the last match that happened at Who's Number 1, where Bassett was able to tie it up 1-1. And this is just a great matchup here. Like, this is what I'm talking about. This type of wrestling that you see, these guys are wanting to compete. They know they're the best. The 1 and the 2 seed, right? You got Bassett, who everyone already knows, and you got Zepeda, who's committed to NC State. They don't need to wrestle, but they choose to wrestle. They choose to put on a show for the fans.
Right, and then they were 1-1, right?
1-1.
And then obviously Bo Bassett put a mark on that. He wanted to show who the better competitor is, right?
Well, you can't leave it 1-1.
No.
Right?
So Bo Bassett, he's from Winder, Pennsylvania. He was last chance qualifier, second place, Who's Number 1 champ, and he was a Pennsylvania state champ. Also, like Ben said, he was the number 1 seed of the tournament. Zepeda, he's from Gilroy, California. He was a California state champ last year. He beat Bassett earlier in the year. He was a number 2 seed on the bracket, and he is a North Carolina State commit.
Yeah. And now, so we'll take a look at this final match. And this is, so they went into sudden victory overtime. And this is a scramble position that they got in that ends up having Bassett take the win. So Zepeda in the red. And you see Bassett snaps. Oh, man.
Right to the chest.
And look at that front headlock. He's got it secured. They're out of it. They're hand fighting hard.
They're pummeling.
Zepeda takes that reshot.
You know, a shot through the middle.
We've seen this position a lot. Look at Bassett, though. He's able to use his legs.
Coming up with his hips. Got his hips up.
He gets him in position of danger, and he's there for a couple seconds, and that's going to allow the takedown right there. You know, it's Zepeda stopped. He came to a halt, and that ends up giving up that control to Bassett.
Oh, the score was 10-7, sudden victory.
Yeah.
Okay. The next match is 150. We got Landon Ribideau from Minnesota, 20-5 tech fall over Blake Cosby, Michigan. So Ribideau, he's from St. Michael. He's a 2-time Minnesota State runner-up, and he was the 1 seed of the bracket. He's an Oklahoma State commit as well, so very, very good wrestler. And then Blake Cosby, he's from Mabee, Michigan. He was a state finalist in Greco and freestyle. He won both of those, and then he also was a state champ last year for MHSAA, Michigan State. So he was the 7th seed of the bracket, obviously getting teched, but he put up a good fight too.
Yeah, and you know, we love to see a Michigan guy in the finals there. Yeah, the only Michigan guy.
Only Michigan guy for the men's, and Ribideau, he's just a really good wrestler. He put it to him.
Yeah.
He came out ready to fight.
Yeah, and we'll take a look here and see how aggressive Ribideau can be just going forward, moving in that hand fight. Look at him. Snap.
Oh, snatching the ankle there. Getting it extended, shelving.
Kept his feet moving in that front headlock position. He's able to dump back. He gets the 3 there. And that's just a strong position, right? A strong defensive to an offensive attack.
Doing exactly what he had to do to get the points there. Shelving, snatching him down, climbing up, getting his takedown.
Yeah, and that's how he's staying so poised and so calm and able to end up getting the tech fall, right? He knows his ability, and he's taking it at his pace. So dominant matchup there. Next up, we've got high school 157. Will Denny from Illinois takes a 7-3 decision over Colin Rath of PA. Denny is from Manhattan, Illinois. He was a 2024 GFC champ, 2024 Illinois state champ, and he was or is an NC State commit, and he is the 5 seed. Actually upset Colin Rath, who was the 2 seed from Stroudsburg, PA.
Yeah.
And Rath was the 2024 Pennsylvania State and Freestyle Greco champ for his weight class. So big upset here.
Yeah. 5-2,
Yeah, and Denny's been training though. He's been competing. We saw him at GFC, and he came here and he also decided to test himself at Super 32 and put on a show.
Maybe they'll make him the 1 seed next time. Looks like someone was overlooking him.
Yeah, put some respect on his name. I mean, he is an NC State commit.
NC State commit.
That's our second one so far too.
And he won the match 7-3, getting the decision. Take a look at the clip. Scrambling to get his escape. Man, they're moving quick for medium guys. He kind of fell there, it looks like, but Denny not giving anything up. He hopped right on the opportunity.
Yeah, I mean that's what high level wrestling, right? They're gonna take any opportunity to score that they can.
Yeah, if Rath gets off of balance, Denny's gonna bring him right to the ground and get his points.
Yeah, and we'll actually take a look at that again because it was
pretty quick.
Yeah, if you look here, so Rath gets out, and Denny's just able to kind of stuff him here, straight to his.
Looks like he was almost going for a lat drop or something, maybe, but he just got blasted through.
Yeah, Denny just went through him like a brick wall, and honestly ends up putting him down. But Rath's lucky he was able to belly down.
Yeah,
because I thought he was going to his back.
He could have, and he could have got stuck.
Yeah, easy there, but that's a good, solid, strong win for Denny, right? You just won GFC a couple weeks ago. Now you won Super 32.
Yeah.
I'm going into the season happy.
He's a 2 seed, a really good guy as well.
Yeah. And like you said, put some respect on his name.
Yep. Now we got 165 pounds, Asher Cunningham from Pennsylvania. He was the 2nd seed in the bracket, going against the number 1 seed, upsetting the 1 seed, Dominic Bambinelli. He was from Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia. He was a 2024 Georgia State champ, being the number 1 seed. And then Cunningham, he's from State College, Pennsylvania, a Pennsylvania State champ, 2024, the 2 seed, winning 12-11 decision. Very close match.
Yeah, super close. And 2 and 1 seed, PA versus Georgia, battle of the Warriors, and this just 23 points in this whole match.
And then Cunningham, he's actually a Penn State commit as well.
Yeah, I was going to say State College, he's staying to his roots there. Yeah. So we'll take a look at this video, 165-pound final. You've got Cunningham in the green ankle band here. Nice scrambling position. They both got a leg trying to see who can get more leverage here. And we kind of get looks like it might be a stalemate position. I'm not sure there. So we'll take a look again here. Nice shot by Bambinelli. But Cunningham's able to roll that past that leg through, right? And coming up through the middle.
Dang, it's a hard scramble trying to keep those ankles locked up.
And you can tell these guys aren't waiting for a stalemate. They're both in. They're trying to score. They're actively trying to score here. And
a close match like this, yeah, they're definitely not wanting to give up any points.
And then it ends up going 12-11.
Looks like his knee got a little tweaked there at the end with that.
Yeah, and I think that was a good call by the ref stopping that there for sure. So Cunningham ends up getting the win there, 12-11. And
great win.
Great win. And we'll move to high school 175. You got Tyler Ice from California. He was up 6-2 and ended up getting the fall over Jordan Chapman from New Jersey. And Tyler is from Gilroy, California. He was a California Super 32 early entry champ. So that's basically an early entry tournament where guys will kind of work, and how they do will translate a little bit for Super 32. And he was the number 1 seed. And this was a 1 versus 2 matchup against Chapman, who was the 2 seed. And these guys are both already committed. Tyler's
D1 commits, both
two
of them.
two D1, 1 versus 2. Tyler being the Nebraska commit, Chapman being the Rutgers commit. This is a great matchup. And Chapman's from Cranford, New Jersey. He was a 2024 runner-up for New Jersey this past year. So these guys have the accolades, right?
This is like a NCAA Division One championship
Future
match.
to be, you know, in the
for sure.
future for sure. And that's what you love to see. That's what Super 32 brings out of these matches.
Right, we're getting a preview of what's to come.
Right,
what's the future of wrestling?
If you look at a lot of these national tournaments matches in college, a lot of them had matches already in high school, and they happen at Super 32, maybe even GFC now. Fargo for sure. All these big tournaments, and it's about wanting to compete.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll take a look here. Tyler was able to get the fall. He's up 3-2 here in the second. Nice shot. Wow. Easy finish there. Great single leg.
Circling right around. You know, some wrestlers will be a little slow with it, but he was right on it. He went around, got his points.
Well, he wanted a clean finish. He's looking for the tilt here.
Ooh.
And he's got him. He's going to get the fall. And he's able to pin him off the tilt there.
No way.
Off the tilt.
Pin off a tilt's a kind of uncommon thing, you know. You don't get a lot of pressure on the shoulder blades, but
you don't really see that often either.
Tight. Yeah, really tight.
Man, that was that came though from that takedown, right? It was quick. He got to his tie on top.
Wrist
he knew
control,
what to do.
Sucking it in.
Right? If he was maybe lazy on that finish, he wouldn't have gotten that as well. He wouldn't have gotten the opportunity. But he knew what he wanted, and he got that belt.
He seized the opportunity.
Seized this opportunity. Carpe diem. So next up, we got high school 190.
All right, so Carson Thomas from Ohio winning 4-1 versus Vincenzo Lavalli.
Vincenzo, that's a cool name,
man. It's a cool name. He's from New Jersey. He's from East Hanover. He was a 2024 New Jersey State runner-up and a 2023 Findlay Open 8th place. He was the 8th seed, and Thomas was the 3 seed. Thomas was from Ross, and he was the 2024 Ohio State champ.
Man, I mean, I know Thomas ended up getting the decision over Laval, but the fact that he went to that Findlay Open, that's a college open.
Yeah.
And he took 8th place 2 years ago or a year ago, right? That's huge.
And he's in high school, so he must have been like a lower classman.
Yeah, had to be.
Getting 8th place.
And that's what I'm talking about.
That's not a small deal.
No, these guys you're seeing in the finals, they're not just anybody. You know, it's not like, oh, this happened and this guy all of a sudden got a good draw. No. You know, there's upsets that happen, but these guys have been training for this moment. They've been training for Super 32. Training years and preparing themselves. And this is what you get, right?
A matchup like this.
And it's beautiful for the fans, for wrestlers, even us in general. Just it's awesome to see. So next up, we got 215.
We got Angelo Posada, a 3-0 decision over Noah Weaver. Posada's from San Diego, California, and Weaver is from Frankfort, Indiana. Weaver is a 2024 Indiana state champ. He got the 5th seed in the bracket, and Posada is a California state champ last year, and he got the 2 seed in the bracket. So 2 really, really stout guys.
Yeah, and then you got the
215.
Yeah, 2 versus 5 seed. You know, Posada is really, really talented wrestler. California, you know, we're getting a look of it here now. The Super 32 tournament. We didn't really get a big look at GFC. You don't get California coming as much, but Super 32 California's a great state for wrestling, right? And Indiana, we've seen a lot of Indiana at GFC.
Oh yeah.
And it's good to see that they're going all over the country for this type of matchup. And You got a top 5 matchup, 2 versus 5 seed, having Weaver getting an upset somewhere there in the semis. We'll take a look at how this matchup ended up turning out. So you got Weaver in the red singlet here. Posada has got a single leg looking to finish. Cranks it down and he gets that finish there.
Yeah, that was just a powerful move there.
Tough on top. You know, he's got that ride that's blocking out the knees, blocking out the calves, not allowing him to build his base.
Looks like Weaver can't even roll his wrist out. So Posada, he's got some grip.
Yeah, and you know, you can tell the pressure that he's got on there.
For sure. Now he's looking for a suck back power half,
Oh,
kinda, yeah.
He's looking for the fall. He's got short time. And he got it.
Got it. Posada 3-0 and then gets the fall.
There you go. And that was a strong, like Bo said, that was a strong finish there, right? And then just strong right on top, looking for what he wanted. And he was able to crank it over and get the pin.
Yeah.
That's what we like to see there. So next up, we have high school 285. Dean Bechtold from Pennsylvania. He's going up against Michael Mako from Florida. So Bechtold got the 5-0 decision. He's from Pottstown, PA. He was a 2024 PA runner-up, and he's the 2 seed. He actually upsetted Mako, who was the number 1 seed from Pompano Beach, Florida. He was a 2024 Florida State champ. So you got an upset here, 2 versus 1.
Yeah, 1 versus 2.
And at heavyweight, you got to love this, Bo.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, these are 2 very good guys. We got a state runner-up and a state champ.
And again, like we talked about before, it's PA and Florida, right? The states are seeing very common in these matchups.
We're seeing a lot of Pennsylvania tonight.
Lots of Pennsylvania. And if we take a look here at this matchup, you've got...
I don't know about you, but when I was wrestling middle school, before that, it was always the Pennsylvania guys that were, like, almost untouchable.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I went against a couple, and those were, like, the only guys that I couldn't really hang with. It's a little different in Pennsylvania.
When you think about all the tournaments, yeah, Florida, or Fargo, then you got Super 32, you got GFC, you've got all them freestyle tournaments that you go to, even the junior duels, all that. PA's there, right? All these guys are there. Always. Nonstop. Virginia Beach duels. Every tournament you go to.
PA always.
They're running it. They're running it. And they've got multiple teams, right? It felt like growing up, it was like
PA gold. They're going to win every time.
PA versus the world.
Yeah.
Right?
It really was.
So if we look at this matchup here, you've got Mako versus Bechtold.
And it's nice Cale Sanderson's, translating that youth culture to the college.
Oh, yeah.
Running it in D1, too.
Oh, 100%. And you see Bechtold getting the turn on top.
Nice little Turk with the legs in on a heavyweight match.
You got to love it. You got to love it.
That's loving right there.
And, that's college rules. He's getting 4 from that. That opened the whole match up there in the 3rd period. This could have been a heavyweight match sometimes where you see a 1-0 win. Or maybe, even gets tied 1-1. But he said, I'm going to go to work on top, and I'm going to open this matchup.
And he's riding a hard boot there.
Hard boot. If you look at that right there, I mean, what do you think of that?
Even when, Mako, even when he built himself back up, Bechtold, he was just ready to chop that ankle back down and put his hips right back into him. Yeah. Ready for another Turk if he could.
And that ends up being the difference maker here in that number 2 seed, number 1 matchup.
Getting the 5-0 decision.
He's the 2 seed. How does he open this matchup? By going for more. And he ends up getting a 5-0 decision. That's great.
It was a good matchup for the heavyweights there. Topping off the high school bracket. And it was a whole tournament that was filled with great competition. Oh, yeah. But the finals, man, it was good.
I mean, they're exciting. That's the thing about these tournaments. They may take a day or two, or they may take all day to get through it because you got so much competition.
Yeah.
But once that final matchups are set, they're going to be great.
Oh, yeah.
When you're watching these streams, you can see the circle around the mat. They're like hovering over these guys.
Two dudes went through the fire to get to this one match.
Yeah. And, what do you get from it? You get the glory, the feeling of being able to say I'm at the top of Super 32, and that's a great, you know. So that was great for our guys matchup. Now we're gonna switch over to our girls matchups. So girls high school division, we're gonna start off with high school 95, and first up we've got Haley Delgado from Texas. She's from El Paso, Texas. She was a 2024 Texas Freestyle Greco State champ, and she's actually the number 1 seed. And she was ended up beating the number 10 seed, Isla Silva from PA. Right, so Texas PA matchup. Silva is from Mount Lebanon, PA, and she was a 2024 Women's National Champ. In this Women's National Champ tournament, a lot of these girls that we're gonna see, they wrestled here recently. And this seems like a good tournament for them that was filled with a lot of competition. So if you're placing there, if you're winning it, then you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, she won, and they gave her the 10th seed. They might not have put that in the consideration when seeding Silva here, but she definitely made it to the finals, and she deserved to be there.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll take a look at this matchup here. So start off our women's final. You've got Delgado in the red singlet. So Delgado goes in for a little carry single leg. She's able to get that easily. Quick turn. And for anyone that doesn't know, this is freestyle now that the girls are at play.
Yeah. And we saw a couple texts tonight. The girls really utilizing that 10-0 amount.
I mean, look at that.
And right off the bat.
45 seconds.
Roll tech.
But that's why people love freestyle. It can be over like that, right? You get a takedown, you get a good gut wrench, you get a good leg lace, bam, 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 bam. And it's over. You can come off fresh.
For sure.
Right? And Delgado wasted no time. And I don't see a big look from Texas, but when I have, it's always been tough wrestling. Tough, gritty wrestling. So next up, we've got our girls high school 100-pound weight class.
100 pounds, we got Jacqueline Bukowskis. Kind of a hard name to say, but
yeah,
she's from North Carolina. She got the pin over Katie Valdez from Colorado. Jacqueline's from Orlando. She got the number 1 seed. Katie is from Colorado Springs. She was a 2024 Freestyle Greco State champ and a number 2 seed on the bracket. Again, a number 1 versus number 2. It was a really good night and a really good finals match for the girls too.
Yeah, and it's a great to see again the number 1 versus the number 2 seed. Gritty matchup, right? It's going to be great wrestling. And we'll take a look here. Buzakis in the red. Pressure forward. Passing the elbow ties. And Valdez just pressuring into her. That was all hips there. She's able to kind of run her over for the 2. And you see the wrist control. Wow. That's a lot of action, Bo.
Holy crap.
Dude, did you see that?
What was that?
Let's go back to that real quick here. So you've got Buzakis on the double leg.
She's in on a shot and she reverse fireman. I don't even know what that
And you know what's crazy? She got nothing for that. Valdez stayed in good position, was able to get 2. And look, this is that freestyle culture. They're going right back into it.
They were trying to race each other to the
Celsius. Nice.
They're trying to race each other to the line.
Yeah, I mean, look at the energy. You can tell it's a high-paced matchup here. But who's going to be able to find the good pace? Who's going to be able to find? And look at that slide by Valdez. Beautiful. That was a great slide by there. We'll take a quick look at it again here. And it's just staying in good position here. Nice. Right? And off the whistle, it was just a lot of high wrestling.
To throw her again.
Yeah, I mean, she's going
aggressive.
In. So she wants to end it, right? As soon as she's getting a takedown, she's like, all right, how can I score next?
Aggressiveness here in the ladies so far.
So those are the first 2 there. She does end up getting the pin. So girls high school, 106 pounds. You've got Kayla Batres from Connecticut. She got an 8-2 decision over Cameron Gresham from Ohio. So Connecticut-Ohio matchup. Kayla's from Stratford, Connecticut. She was a 2024 women's national championship, third place, and she actually won the 2023 Midlands Championship, and that's also an open like a tournament. So you got college wrestlers going, you've got older wrestlers, and that's a great accomplishment for her. And she was the 3 seed, going up against Gresham from Ohio. She's from Liberty Township, and she actually placed 5th at the 2024 Ohio State tournament. What do you think about this Connecticut Ohio matchup?
It's nice to see. You know,
Yeah.
this is the first Connecticut finalist I've seen in a while.
Yeah, I mean, since we've done GFC and this tournament so far, and just in general.
It's a smaller state, you know. And
Yeah.
it's kind of far up there in the East Coast, but just to have a finalist out of any state, you should be proud of.
Yeah.
So Connecticut, showcasing that they have wrestling too.
100%. And let's take a look here at their finals match. We've got about a 20-second clip here. So Gresham, with a headlock, and Kayla's able to roll through there. So you get 6 and 2, and Kayla's got her on her back looking for the fall, but Gresham's able to belly down. So we'll take another look. Camera angle wasn't as good here.
Dang, they're just rolling and trying to stick each other.
Well,
pin after pin they're trying to get.
And that's what I'm saying. These girls so far, they're going, their energy's high, and they're just going on, bouncing off each other, right? It's like, okay, I got taken down, or I got pushed to my hip. I'm going to come up, and I'm going to push you to your hip, right? It's like
just
going, right? 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and it's consistent. And if you think about GFC, how was our girls' matchups there?
Oh, they were good.
Great.
Pin.
Aggressive, right? And this is what we love to see. And honestly, the girls get me excited for this matchup because I know it's guaranteed going to be fire. And same thing with the men's here at the Super 32, but girls wrestling is just growing so much nowadays.
So much. And they're wrestling good, like technique-wise. They have great technique.
Great.
They're getting strong, fast. Yeah. Cardio's good.
It's awesome to see. It's great for the sport.
It's not just the small woman's sport it was back when we were younger, you know. It's growing, it's huge. Everything's getting nice and technical for them too. So
yeah, it's great to see for the sport. So next up, we've got 112 for the girls.
We got Reagan Mathers from Arizona getting the win. She didn't have a seed in this tournament. She
unseeded B.
She got the upset against the 2nd seed, which is pretty crazy. You know, Abby Cooper from California and Reagan Mathers from Arizona.
So our second California in the finals.
It's a Western matchup. You know, California, Arizona.
Those are close, right? Those are real close there. And
neighboring states.
I just love this unseeded. The unseeded like underdog, right?
Unseeded beating the 2nd seed 6-2 gritty or 6-3 gritty match.
Gritty, right?
Mathers is from Phoenix. She is Arizona freestyle state champ, a girls state championship 3rd place. And Abby Cooper, she's from Clayton, California, a USA Wrestling Beach Nationals champ, a junior duels participant, which she did really good at. And then she got the 2nd seed at this tournament.
Yeah, which is insane, right? And I'm just great matchup, great job to both wrestlers, but way to go for Mathers, way to pull this victory off and to keep going, right? It could have been something where she made the finals and then wasn't able to get it done, but she kept pushing. She wasn't content. She said, I made it to the finals. I'm getting what I want.
Obviously, someone was overlooking her, you know,
and that's
she proved everybody wrong.
Everybody wrong. We love it. We love it here. So we'll take a look at this video clip. You've got Mathers in the red singlet and Cooper's in the green ankle band, blue singlet. Tough front headlock position. And Cooper is looking to try to get that corner on her, but Mathers moving her feet. Ends up diving in on that leg.
Sucking it into a dump.
Look at that.
To her back.
That's
a move that I love hitting. I'm surprised to see that. You know, a 112-pound girl hitting a dump.
That's
a good dump.
Like you just said, though, that technique there it's these girls learn quick, and they're on top of their stuff and they use it, right? That's what you love. You got to be coachable and then you got to be able to use that, right?
For sure.
And that's great. Like, it could have been a close match, but she ends up taking the win really right at the whistle as well.
And that's just using leverage, using biomechanics. That's what being a real
Yeah.
wrestler is. Trying to use your weight
Patience.
against their weight. Patience.
That's high level wrestling right there. So next up, we've got the girls' high school 118 matchup. Again, Callie, third time we're seeing Callie here. Ebenezer Ellison, right? She gets the 10-0 tech fall on Riley Rayome from Texas. So you got a Cali, Texas matchup. Ellison is from Downey, California. She was a 2024 Women's National Champ, and she's the 2 seed. And she ends up beating Rayome, who's from Richmond, Texas. She was a 2024 Richmond Girls State Champ, and she's the number 4 seed. So a 2 seed beating the 4 seed. Cali and Texas. What's going on here? We're seeing a trend going up now, right?
2 huge states that are getting better at wrestling.
Yeah, and it's not just boys or just girls. It's both. You're seeing it mesh together. So they're doing something right.
And it's almost scary. Texas and California, they got such huge populations. Once wrestling becomes like as big as football over there,
yeah,
we're definitely going to get some competitors.
And I think Cali, it's gotten there, but it's the point of it getting it exposed to us, getting it exposed to the rest of the country. Because Cali's great at wrestling. Shout out St. Parcel. So we'll look at that 118-pound matchup here. You got Rayome is in the red singlet. Ellison's in the green ankle band blue singlet. And I've seen a lot of hand fighting, a lot of control here. Rayome takes the shot. Ellison's on a reshot. Body lock. Gets the 2. Looking for a leg lace here. And just looking to score. She didn't wait. Didn't waste any time.
She does get it. She scissors her hips and leverages her whole body on those legs. And she gets it not once, but twice.
I mean, that's great wrestling there, right? She got the takedown, worked for it, and then right away was working for the turn. And that's huge, especially in freestyle. If you can get that takedown and get at least one turn with it, you're doing great, right? And when you come up, that 6 points, 4 points left to score, that's one sequence.
And half of wrestling's breaking someone's confidence too.
Right
away, are you going to attack and get up and have that other person try to work just to match you or beat you? That's part of it. And as the match goes, your cardio gets a little tired. You get a little mentally out of it, maybe doubt yourself. So just being able to push right away in the beginning, it might break someone's confidence, and it's hard to fight back from that.
It is 100%. Can you get up when you're pushed? And honestly, that's when people wrestle like that, it makes you feel like torture, like you're getting tortured when you do it.
For sure. For sure.
So next up, we've got girls high school 124.
All right, we got Everest Laydecker from Arizona, another tech fall, 10-0 against Emma Bacon from Pennsylvania. So we got an Arizona-Pennsylvania matchup. Laydecker's from Phoenix. She was a 2024 Women's National Championship runner-up. She was the number 1 seed at the tournament here. Bacon was from Dallas, Pennsylvania. She's a Women's National Championship runner-up as well. They're both runner-ups.
There we go.
She got the 2nd seed at this tournament.
So you got a 1 beating a 2 seed, and they're both competing, right? They're both actively competing here. Arizona, PA, great matchup, right? Getting more exposed to Arizona. So we'll take a look here, 124 pound.
One of them must have come up to wrestle the other one, right? Because they're both runner-ups at a different tournament. So they must have been in different weight classes.
Yeah, and that's the division becomes so depth, right? So deep that it doesn't matter what weight class you go, you're getting good matchups now.
For sure.
And that's that growth of that women's wrestling that we're talking about. So we'll take a look at the clip here. Laydecker is in the red singlet. and you've got Bacon in the blue. Front headlock here. Ledecker trying to snap that and get the corner. A lot of
Just
hips
circling.
in, right? Circling with the hips in. Looking to get a cradle.
Pressure. Applying pressure the whole time. She is looking for the cradle, but yep.
They're telling Bacon to open up and let go of that arm. This is a gritty matchup here, a gritty position. She's got to beat that hand, and she's able
There
to.
she goes. She got her points there.
They're right at the time, too, as you can see. And that's a great little gritty position for both Ledecker
For
and
sure. They were just circling. One of them trying to get in on the shot, get the points, and the other one just not letting it happen. Feeding the hips.
Yeah.
Having a strong chest and upper body.
Mm-hmm,
Just circling,
for sure.
getting around.
Yeah, I mean Bacon, she was sitting down. I mean, she was real defensive. She was able to get her hand up and keep the scramble going. But when you do that, you're only prolonging it for so much.
It's tiring. That's one of the most tiring positions, I would say, all of the match.
Yeah, and then what you had Ledecker, who did a great job of staying on her toes. She didn't hit her knees. She kept circling. Now that's tiring, but it's gonna pay off,
for
right?
Sure.
And that's gonna add so much. So then you got the girls' high school 132-pound matchup. Daniela Nugent, she gets the tech fall. She's from Massachusetts, Boxford, Massachusetts, and she was the #1 seed. She gets the tech fall over Sophia Slaughter from Rhodesville, Virginia, who was the 6th seed. Didn't get much info on them on track of their active tournaments, but we'll take a look at the clip here.
The 1 seed just showing who she is, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
Living up to that seeding.
So you've got her right here in on that shot. Oh, man, that was a great shot there. And right on the lace, looking for it. Gets 2. Gets another 2. That's 8 points right there, and she ends up getting the tech.
And the leg lace. That's right? What we've been seeing.
That's what we're saying right there.
You get the leg lace, and you just keep rolling. It's one of the harder moves to stop in all of freestyle.
I mean, I've gotten leg lace, dude, so many times. One time I got leg lace at junior duels, and the match was like 15 seconds. I'm not even lying. It was like 15 seconds. Leg lace was so tight I couldn't get my legs off. I thought my legs were broke after. But you get a good leg lace, a good gut wrench, you're ending the match, right? And ended up doing a great job there. So here we've got girls high school 138.
We got Riley Hanrahan from Wisconsin. She got an 8-2 victory over Zoe Haynes from Pennsylvania. From Gettysburg, she was a 2024 Women's National Championship, 8th place. She got the 4th seed in the bracket. And then Riley, she's from Black River Falls. She was a 2024 USA Wrestling Northern Plains champ and a Wisconsin Freestyle and Greco champ. She got the 11th seed, which she upset through the whole bracket and got the victory against the 4th seed in this finals match. Yeah, what do you think about that, B?
I think it's pretty impressive, you know, and just being active, right? These wrestlers are looking for these matchups, and she took advantage of a Super 32 tournament, right? And maybe she was getting slept on. 11 seed, right? And you're making it to the finals and you're winning the tournament. It's a big jump. 10 seeds up. Someone's sleeping on her.
Someone.
But it ain't BNB.
All right, let's look at the clip of them here.
Oh. Here we go.
Fast pace, fake, shoving.
Nice shot. Oh,
nice
but her
shot
hips.
to
her
a
hips.
heavy hips, bro. And then she gets some type of guillotine crucifix. I don't even know what to call that move, but she gets the points from it.
Dude, she got that quick. Look at it. Look at the
and
arm,
she puts
though.
the boots in. Oh, no.
I believe she ends up getting a little hurt with that arm later on, and I can see why, though. That arm went through hell and back, right?
for sure. But putting the boost right in, breaking her down, that's some good technique on the
Oh,
girls here.
and that's what I'm saying. These girls are not waiting either. They are not waiting. They're getting the takedown and they're trying to end the match. So next up, you got girls 148. Violet Lejeune from PA. She ends up beating Belicia Manuel, and we saw Manuel at GFC. She was
Yeah.
GFC champ.
And she pinned through the way at GFC.
She did. She looked great, and her and her sister actually. And Manuel ends up being the 1 seed, and Lejeune is from New Paris, PA. She was a 2024 PA Greco Freestyle State Champ. She's the 2 seed here, so upsetting the number 1 seed. And I mean, we're from Michigan, and we've seen Manuel, so we're hoping high hopes for her, but it's a tough matchup, right?
And again, anything can happen in
Anything.
freestyle. Now, freestyle is different than the folk style that was going on in GFC because, like we've been talking about, you get the leg lace, you get a gut wrench, the match could be over.
You never
get
know.
Enough points to where you've secured it.
You never know. So we'll take a look here. 148 pounds. Manuel is in the red. Legeure's in the blue singlet.
Manuel got a deep underhook.
She's looking aggressive with her underhook, trying to stand her up. Double unders.
Lejeune just locking the elbows down, trying to take all the leverage away.
And you're looking for a throw here? Wow.
Okay, so Manuel went for a step through, and Lejeune took advantage over being off of balance. And threw her right to her back.
And that's a nice throw there.
You know, and that's the difference of the match.
Yeah, and that opened it up, right? And ends up getting the tech fall there from that.
It's just one big throw right to the back. You stuck. You know.
Yeah,
sometimes it just goes like that.
You get a tech pin in the Super 32 finals. That's pretty good for the 2 seed upsetting the 1 seed, I'd say. Or sorry, I mean the 11 seed upsetting the 4 seed. No,
it's 2 seed versus 1. Anyway, 160, we got Callie Manuel from Michigan. This is the sister we were talking about.
Yes, who also won GFC.
Yeah, she won GFC as well, getting the pin. But this time she got an 8-3 decision win over Alexandria Alley from Ohio. Manuel, obviously from Michigan, Washington Township. She was a state finals freestyle champ and a GFC champ. She was the number 1 seed, and Allie was the number 3 seed. So we're getting a top matchup again.
Yeah, and I mean, kudos to the Manuel family. You got two girls who are both number 1 seeds, top of their weight class in the country.
Finals of GFC, and then a couple weekends later, you go to the finals of Super 32. Like,
that's a pretty good preseason.
If I was a father, I'd be real proud of my daughter.
Yeah.
That's a pretty crazy accomplishment to have both sisters back to back in the finals.
Yeah, and we'll see that Manuel is pretty aggressive and physical, just like her sister here.
Whoa, big throw right off the bat off this clip.
So you had Allie that shot in on a shot, and Manuel was able to do a little kick over out of bounds.
Flipping her over her hip as she kicked her away. Hard wizard,
and it's on the edge, and this ends up being where Manuel ends up getting her points. Right off the bat.
To the shoulder blades too.
Yeah, and this ends up being a game changer because Manuel ends up getting these points, and then she really goes to work, and she's able to build on that 8-3 decision.
Did she get feet to back points?
She did, I believe, 4-1 right there. She ends up getting.
Okay, yeah.
So she ends up getting the 4, but it does become challenged, so the match ends up going a little longer, which is why our clip had to be shorter. But she does secure that, and then she ends up getting 4 more points, right? And that's great, right? Scoring, continuing to score.
Getting that 8-3 win, the decision win over Allie. Very good matchup. Moving on to 175.
Yeah, so we got Dale Miller from PA. She got the 13-8 decision over Kaylee Hall from West Virginia. Miller.
And again, another PA.
Yeah.
In the men's and women's, we're seeing PA just show out.
And it's like you said earlier, PA does not stop,
right?
They haven't stopped. You know, they've kept going, and you love wrestling. You go PA, you're in wrestling country, right? That's like God's country for wrestling. Year round. It's a season, yearly season, right? So Miller from Smicksburg, PA, she was a 2024 Ohio State runner-up. She's the 2 seed. She ends up upsetting Hall from West Virginia, Augusta, West Virginia, and she was the number 1 seed. So you got a 2 seed upsetting the 1 seed. And Hall has been doing some action lately. She wrestled at the Girls Border Wars tournament, and she was actually the champ right there. So you got 2 girls who have been active, PA West Virginia matchup. But Miller was just able to score a couple more points
And
there.
this was a high scoring one, 13-8.
Yeah, I mean, you
the
got
1 seed versus a 2 seed again. It's just a good match to watch.
100%. So you've got Miller here in the red, and she was looking for
hard scrambling, building up, getting points.
And Hall's able to get that takedown.
Half.
And as soon as she gets the takedown, she's like, I need to score. I need to keep going.
Yeah, she went right for the power halves, trying to circle her body into it, get more and more leverage.
And that's what we like to see here. We'll take another look. We'll bring it back. So you got Hall that's in on the shot, and Miller's looking to defend. She gets put to her butt. Kind of looks for a little, maybe, body throw, but Hall's able to keep her hips heavy, right? And Miller ends up winning this matchup, but Hall didn't stop. She kept going. She's looking to win.
It just shows you how hard the match really was. It wasn't no easy match for either of them. They were both wrestling hard, wrestling to win.
Yeah, and anything can happen. And something I noticed is that these matches in the first period, there's a lot of points being scored by one person. In the second period, there's a lot of points being scored by the other person, right? So it's not something you can predict. One period something can happen, next period something else can happen.
And that's just the nature of the sport too.
And that's why you gotta love wrestling.
Mental momentum.
So our last matchup here is a big matchup, honestly. These 2 women, I feel like they've got a lot of accolades and they're in the right matchup.
So it's the girls heavyweight 200-pound weight class. Josephine Larson, Illinois, won 5-2 versus Grace Leota from Florida. Larson's from Lindenhurst. She was a 2024 girls individual state runner-up and then an Illinois freestyle state champ. And she also was a GFC runner-up. So we saw her the other week. And then Leota, she's from Brooksville, Florida. She was a women's national championship 8th place. And she was a Florida girls state champ, getting the 4th seed, and Larson getting the 3rd seed.
Yeah, and shout out to them for knocking the 1 and 2 seed out.
Right.
Right.
They beat their semifinals match.
Yeah, there you go.
Both
right.
of them got an upset moving on to the finals.
And honestly, like, one thing that happens though, you see a lot in these tournaments, if you're able to get that semifinal win, like a tough semifinal win, then you're pretty much bound to win that final, right? Sometimes. But in this case, you got 2 girls who both got a gritty win. You don't know who's gonna win, right? Mm-hmm. This is just as hard as the semifinal, if not harder. And Larson's able to get that decision, and we'll take a look here at this matchup. So Larson's up 3-2 here. You got Leota that takes a shot.
Heavy sprawl.
Heavy hips
Picking the ankle.
And you see that's
running it over.
Basic traditional defense.
It is.
Right? Even some would say folk style defense nowadays, but it works. It translates.
Wow,
she's able to get the turn at the end of the period. And, freestyle, she's only getting 2 there. But just holding her there, looking for that pin, right? And ends up being a 5-2 matchup.
Ripped that arm up and walked it over hard.
Aggressive, right?
Aggressive.
There's no, I'm going to try a little bit. Yeah, I'm getting it. If I get the lock, I'm taking you over.
Yeah.
Right?
That's how you win a match there.
And what a way to stamp the girls' high school finals and the high school matchups for the Super 32 tournament.
Yeah, for sure. If you liked watching us review these matches, please be sure to like and subscribe if you want.
Yeah.
We'll be reading the comments if you guys want us to change anything or if you have a tournament you want us to review. This has been the B&B Show. I'm Bo Ekman.
And this is Ben Kamali. And we just want to say we appreciate you guys for hanging with us as we're getting going. This was episode 2, Super 32 review. And that's a wrap.
Thanks for watching.
B&B.
B&B out.